welcome to this week's EdTech Tuesday video. This week we're going to be talking about how to use the audience participation features in Google Slides. You'll need a working knowledge of how to create and edit a Google Slides presentation in order to use this feature. To begin, open a Google Slides presentation. It can be an existing one, or you can create a brand new one just like the sample one that I've created. Google's audience participation features are intended for audiences to ask questions during a presentation. I'm going to be changing that, and I'm going to be using it for students to answer a question during my presentation. Students will still see the terminology, ask a question, but I'm going to direct them verbally to answer instead of ask. In order to be able to do this, I have to have a question embedded in my presentation. So I'm going to add a new slide, and I'm going to type a question in the box here. So now I've typed a simple question in the box. I'm going to remove some of the unnecessary features, adjust my question so that it looks good on the slide, and now I'm ready to present. Normally, when you present a Google Slides presentation, you click on the Present button, but instead I'm going to click on the arrow next to the Present button, and I'm going to choose Presenter View. What you'll see when you click this is you'll get two boxes that will open. One in the back is the question that I've answered, so the slide that I'm on in my presentation. And the other window that's opened is the presenter view. So on the left there you'll see the current slide. Underneath that you'll see the upcoming slides, and you'll have a space to put speaker notes if you'd like. And then at the top you'll also see audience tools, and that's the place where we're looking at for today. So what we'd like to do is click on the audience tools, and then underneath that you'll see that there's a Start Now button. So I'm going to go ahead and click on that, and you'll see here on my screen it's changed, but also behind it on the presentation itself, what my students are seeing on the screen has changed, and there is a web address for them to go to ask a question. I'm going to instruct my students to go to that on their Chromebooks, but I'm also going to tell them they're not going to be asking questions, they're going to be answering questions. So it's important to make that verbal distinction. This is what the students will see when they log in. If they have a picture for their profile, it will be over here on the left. And if they click on their profile there to answer a question, you'll see that they have their name there. You can also click on this Ask Anonymously, or your students can, which means that their name wouldn't show up when they post their question. I know that can be a classroom management issue, so that's something you'll need to consider before you use this feature. So students can go ahead and type in their answer to the question, and that's what I'm going to do here. I'm going to put in a wrong answer, but that's fine. I'm just going to type in the answer, and then I'm going to hit Submit. So your students would be doing this as well. Then my question appears underneath, and if I go back to the other presentation, you'll see that my question has now appeared on the presenter view. So if I wanted to show up on my presentation, then I would need to click Present. And now in the background, you'll see that it's changed from my question to my answer. And you'll see that my little avatar and my name are on there as well. If I wanted to go away, to go back to my presentation, then I click on Hide, and now I'm back to my presentation. I can turn this feature on and off, and you'll see that behind there, the question address is no longer there. On the student side, it will say that it's closed, and then I can turn it back on again if I want to. So you can turn it off and on at various times during the presentation. So students will be able to see each other's answers. So I'm going to show you what it looks like from another student's perspective. Now I've logged in as an anonymous student, and you can see that as that anonymous student, I can still see the Julie LaFollette question on there. So that makes it another classroom management consideration. Students can see each other's answers, and they can vote on those answers. So this feature probably is not best used with the type of question that I have in here, because that type of question has one right answer. So if you're using this to check for understanding, you would be better served to use it for an open-ended question, for a kind of question that has multiple answers. You're asking students to demonstrate understanding by giving an example. Those kind of questions would be better ones to ask with this particular feature. There is another online tool called polleverywhere.com. I have created a video on that, and I will link that in the description box below this video. That will allow you to create a poll or an open-ended question that you can embed into Google Slides. There is a Google Chrome extension for Poll Everywhere, and you can put it into a Google Slides document or even to a PowerPoint document if you prefer to use PowerPoint over Google Slides. And those, you can hide what kids can see. So you could ask a question like this with a Poll Everywhere question. So I will link that in the video, the description below this video, and you can check that out if you like. So that's how you use the audience participation features on Google Slides. To get out of the presentation mode, just close out these boxes, and to get out of the presentation, the live presentation, just push the escape key, and that will take you back to your editing page for Google Slides. Thanks for watching and have a great day.